Orange boxes are for Lionel, purple boxes are for MTH, and blue boxes are for Atlas. These popular brands of O-Gauge trains are all recognizable and each have their strengths and weaknesses. But man oh man, if the yellow box had stuck around a little while longer, I think we'd really have quite the lineup to choose from. And I'm not talking about Rail King, although I do adore their rolling stock. I'm talking about K-Line. Today, we're going to look at this often overlooked brand with some examples I have in my collection and why I go out of my way to find them when searching for pre-owned trains. Before we dive in, I just wanted to take a second to thank you all for the growth and support this channel has experienced recently. I wasn't sure where things were going to go when we dove headlong into this datified name for the channel, and while things have definitely settled on these three-rail trains more than I expected, it has been a lot of fun enjoying these with my son and sharing our exploits with you. If you haven't already, please subscribe and ring that bell so you don't miss all the stuff we've been making. It's a lot of fun bringing you content weekly, and I thank you for the support. Now then, back to K-Line. Of the trains and rolling stock in my collection that I hold in the highest regard, K-Line tends to be up there with the best of them. For me, the standout feature is the details, but it's not just limited to scale-sized stuff. Here in 2024, we're used to scale-sized items having great amounts of detail from the big three. Lionel, MTH, and Atlas are all well known for having intricate details on their offerings. But these from K-Line are simply fantastic looking. Even if we take a step back from the true-to-scale offerings, their semi-scale stuff is equally impressive. And that's a segment that most of these other manufacturers dial things back with. Take a look at these wood-sided refrigerated cars. These two are part of a set of 6 individually numbered, highly detailed reefers. There's separately applied ladders, sprung doors, underbody details, and the only real way you can visually verify that this wasn't a scale item is if I put a scale car next to one for comparison. Probably one of the best examples of K-Line's cut-no-corners semi-scale offerings is this beautiful GS4 Daylight number 4449. I've done a full review on this and its matching passenger car, so check that out to get a better look at this, but the details here are second to none. Opening hatches on the cab, spring-loaded doors, separately applied details everywhere. Again, I wouldn't blame you if you thought you were looking at a scale-sized representation of this iconic steamer. But this is semi-scale, along with its equally stunning passenger cars. Now, most of their engines are ready to roll with Trainmaster command control, meaning if you've got a Lionel control system for TMCC, Legacy, or even the latest Base 3, you can control this magnificent engine along with the rest of your Lionel roster. Just be sure to look for the little logo in the corner of the box to see if it's got command control. Sometimes they don't, so make sure you check the listings on the sides of the box. So if K-Line is so great, where are they now? What happened? Well, as it turns out, too much of a good thing apparently isn't good for business. After some legal battles with Lionel for kind of name-calling and calling each other's products out in the early 2000s, K-Line derailed. From legal payouts to Lionel for infringing products, to filing for bankruptcy, to most of their designs getting sold, initially to Lionel, or later to companies like Atlas and Bachmann, K-Line's collapse took several years. Still, they continue to leave a mark on the hobby, as well they should, given the high-quality nature of their products. Lionel offered their products in catalogs under the banner K-Line by Lionel until 2010, and the rest is history. K-Line is still a fantastic bang for the buck for collectors and operators alike, and because they're not paraded around in orange boxes, they tend to be a lot more affordable too. Every time I find a K-Line product to add to my roster, it feels like the find of the century, from the clear attention to detail, their stout construction, and maybe it's just mine, but some of these are some of the smoothest running cars I've ever run on my home rails. I mentioned before that these details aren't exclusive to their scale offerings, so these visual masterpieces fit in great on my semi-scale focused collection. My beloved Lion Master locomotives with their legacy levels of detail go great with them, and I just love running these together. So if you've got a sweet tooth for detail on your home rails, whether you've got a focus on semi-scale or scale, K-Line is a fantastic way to bring stunning detail and high-quality trains and rolling stock to your roster. They're not always the easiest to find on the secondhand market, but I've had really great success using Trains.com. Their search tools mean I can fine-tune things to find exactly what I'm looking for. Narrowing search by brand, like K-Line, then Trains, then by scale, O-Gauge in my case, and I've got a great listing already. Plus, since these can be hard to find, I can look at out-of-stock listings and add those to my wish list so I can find them later on. Once you've found what you want, you can use my code DATAFIED at checkout to receive $10 off your order of $50 or more. It's a one-time use code, so if you've already supported us on Trains, there's lots of other affiliates you can also use codes from. You can also shop on Trains.com/DATAFIED if you'd like to continue supporting us while you're shopping on their website. Thanks in advance. There's much more to this story for K-Line in terms of their rise and fall and the legal fun that they got wrapped up in before the line faded away. But I thought it'd be good to highlight them here since I enjoy their products so much. I recently found these amazing Western Pacific cars, thank you Wipeout Trains, to go with this 482 Mountain that I added, and I'll be adding more with those in future videos. What's your take on the K-Line line? Do you have any other products? Let me know down in the comments. As always, like, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and thank you for the support here on DATAFIED. We'll see you on the next one.